You missed 7 deaths in Perfect Crown. Not people, symbols, and they happen right in front of you, starting in episode 2. Death of Innocence. Here's the proof. In episode 2, the queen drops her wine glass. 14:22. The camera holds for 3 seconds. Normal prop shots are 1 second. Director Kim said in a 2023 V Live that props that stay on screen are characters too. This isn't a wine glass. This is her innocence. Watch her hands before this scene. She pours tea for the court at 9:14. She signs letters at 11:03. Steady, calm. But at 14:20, her hand trembles. The glass falls. Why? Because 30 seconds earlier, at 13:51, she reads the letter from her dead brother, the one the king hid from her for years. The glass breaks, and she never pours wine again in the entire series. Go check episode 8, 22:01. She drinks from a jade cup. The glass is dead. Her belief in the king died with it. Like, share, and subscribe to this channel now so we enjoy the full series breakdown. Pause episode 2 at 14:22 right now. You'll see the camera angle is from below. We're looking up at her like a child, because that's the last time she's a child in this palace. Comment the timestamp if you caught it before this video. That was death number 1. Death number 2 is in episode 4, and it's the reason half the fandom hates the Crown Prince. But first, a quick note. I use AI for props to avoid spoilers, but every timestamp, every quote is 100% real from Perfect Crown. Pause and check me. I'll wait. Episode 4, 7:44. The Queen's spy, Lord Min, hands her a folded fan. It's white silk. Fans in Joseon weren't decoration. Color meant message. White means surrender. Red means war. He's telling her to surrender to the king's plan. She opens it at 7:46. There's one black character painted on it. The word is die. She snaps it shut at 7:48. We never see that fan again. But episode 7, 31:12, look at the prop table during the banquet. Broken white fan. Death of trust. She trusted Lord Min since episode 1. After this, she never meets him alone again. The show doesn't tell you, it shows you. For 2 frames. That's why 90% of viewers missed it. The fan was her pipeline to the outside. When it breaks, she's trapped. And the person who trapped her was her most loyal man. Is that betrayal or protection? Comment betrayal or protection. I'll pin the best argument. 3 deaths down. 4 to go. Death number 3 in episode 5 is the one that made me rewind 4 times, because it ties to episode 1. Subscribe if you've ever caught a detail no one else did. The next one is for you. Episode 5, 8:03. The Crown Prince snaps the Queen's jade hairpin. It's the only jade piece she owns. Jade means loyalty in Korean culture. But here's what most people miss. Specific jade matters. Episode 1, 18:22. The Queen Mother gives her that hairpin. She says, from my mother, and hers before. It bends, but never breaks. It's her matriarchal line. 400 years of women. When the Crown Prince snaps it in episode 5, he's not breaking loyalty to her. He's breaking the entire female dynasty backing her. That's why episode 6 opens with the Queen Mother's funeral. The show never connects it, but the timing is episode 5, hairpin snaps. Episode 6, Queen Mother dies. The prop dies first. The person dies second. Every time. Check episode 5, 8:03. Then jump to episode 6, 1:12. No hairpin in her hair at the funeral. She buried it with her. Death of loyalty. Death of lineage. 2 deaths, 1 snap. 4 deaths down. But death number 4 in episode 7 is the one that made me put my phone down. Because it's about mercy. And this show has none. Episode 7, 1940. The Queen hosts a tea ceremony. It's her last one as a free woman. Look at the tea set. It's Celadon, green-blue. Celadon was reserved for royal peace negotiations in Joseon. It means we come in peace. It means mercy. At 1955, the king walks in. He doesn't drink. He picks up her cup and he turns it upside down on the table. In Joseon culture, flipping a cup means the conversation is over. It means no mercy. She never serves tea again. Episode 9, 1410, she's served in a plain wooden bowl, prisoner's bowl. The tea set disappears after episode 7, because mercy disappeared with it. The show told you she was condemned 2 episodes before her trial. You just had to watch the props. Death of mercy. And the worst part is, she poured that tea herself. She offered peace. He flipped the cup. 5 deaths down, 2 to go. But death number 5 in episode 9 is the one everyone argues about on Reddit. Because it's about love. Is it murder or sacrifice? You decide. Episode 9, 2214. The Queen is given a gift, a red silk ribbon. In Joseon, red silk was used in 2 places, wedding ceremonies and executions. Same ribbon, different context. She wears it in her hair. At 2214, she's smiling. She thinks it's a gift from the king. It's not. Episode 9, 4103. The executioner holds the same ribbon. He uses it to bind the hands of the rebels. Same prop, same episode. The ribbon means love when given. It means death when taken. She wore her own execution ribbon for 18 minutes of screen time. Nobody told her. The costume department told you. Death of love. Because after episode 9, no one in the palace says I love you again. Not once. Not even to save their lives. Do you think she knew? Was it murder or sacrifice? Comment your timestamp if you noticed the ribbon before episode 41. 6 deaths down, 1 left. But death number 6 in episode 11 is the one that will make you angry. Because it's the death of the future. Episode 11, 3308. There's a scene in the nursery. It lasts 4 seconds. The camera pans across an empty crib. On the shelf above it are tiny silk shoes, baby shoes, blue, for a boy. The Queen had a miscarriage in episode 3. The show never mentions the baby again. But the shoes stay. Episode 5, you see them. Episode 8, you see them. Episode 11, 3308, the maid packs them in a box. She closes the lid. The future is packed away. The next shot is the Queen in the throne room, alone. The air is gone. The line is gone. That's why the king's plan in episode 12 doesn't matter. There's no one to inherit the crown. The kingdom was dead before the final battle. The shoes never come back. Death of the future. And it happened in 4 seconds while you were probably checking your phone. 7 deaths, 1 kingdom. Death number 7 is the death of the kingdom itself, and it's not on screen. It's in what's missing. Episode 12, 4830 to 59. A decree to execute the rebels sits on the king's desk. For 10 minutes and 30 seconds. The camera shows it 4 times. The king's seal is next to it. The seal means the kingdom's will. No stamp, no law. No law, no kingdom. He never stamps it. Not once. He stares at it. He touches it. But the seal never touches paper. The last shot of the series is the empty throne. Not the king on it, the throne. Because there's no kingdom left to rule. The crown won, but the kingdom died. The seal was the last prop, and he chose not to use it. Death of the kingdom. That's why the ending feels empty. There was nothing left to save. So let's count them. Episode 2, Glass equals Innocence. Episode 4, Fan equals Trust. Episode 5, Hairpin equals Loyalty. Episode 7, Tea Set equals Mercy. Episode 9, Ribbon equals Love. Episode 11, Baby Shoes equals Future. Episode 12, Seal equals Kingdom. Perfect Crown killed 7 concepts before it killed a single main character. That's why it hurts. You weren't watching a political drama. You were watching a funeral in 12 parts. Now, which death hit you hardest? Comment the episode and timestamp. Was it the glass in episode 2 or the seal in episode 12? If this hits 100 comments, I'll do 5 betrayals hidden in the costumes next.